Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Anime Theory. Today we'll be breaking down the fight patterns of Dragon Ball Z fights and how it relates to something that we're all familiar with, the sun. Now I'll explain it in a second. I'm arguing in this episode that Dragon Ball Z characters are like suns in their life cycles. They first start off young and they're charging up energy. They both use plasma, if you ever watched film series episode of Dragon Ball Z. Then in the middle, they get to their peak power, they're in the prime of their life, and in the end, they go from high to low. Like, generally, when they're tired, they're severely injured. Just like Tien, in this case, using his special attack, he's near death, which I argue is like the end of a sun. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be using Super Saiyans as my primary example. As we know, most characters in the series are not Saiyans, but I feel like Super Saiyan's cycle of fighting is the simplest to use in this case. So, let's get started. At the beginning, we have Saiyans with the regular black hair, and they're starting to charge up. This is akin to a newborn star that's gathering up its plasma and magnetism and getting bigger. This might be referencing our own star and how it's had transformed from a baby star to the sun we know today. As you can see in this image at the time, Vegeta is charging his power, much like that. Now let's move on to the second phase. Once we get into the second phase, it is when fighters generally keep the same amount of power. They're at their peak, or they're semi-peak, and they sort of retain that power throughout the whole thing. As you can see, Vegeta has not lost any power in his battle with Semi-Perfect Cell. This is a perfect example of our sun today. It's in its prime of its life. It is retaining its power. It's not losing any. It's not gaining any, too. Okay, so this is like the peak of the mountain, shall we say. There's not much more to say about this form, just that this is the peak of any Dragon Ball Z warrior in any fight. Cell is already in his declining phase at this point, but let's continue to the third phase. A perfect example of the third form is when Tien uses his special attack against Semi-Perfect Cell. He burns out his energy quicker and quicker, which causes him to nearly die in the end. This is similar to a red giant star burning out its fuel and then collapsing on itself. You see, in both cases, both Tien or any DBZ warrior and the sun run on plasma. When the star fuel runs out, the star cannot hold that fusion together and it starts to collapse. Just like Tien just collapsed right there. Tien burned out his hypothetical plasma, or chi in this case, and collapsed because he couldn't hold it together anymore. So there you have it. That's all three forms of how DBZ fighting is similar to Sun's. I tried my best with the theory. If you have any questions or pointers or think that disprove this theory, please let me know in the comment section below. And remember, that's just a theory. An anime theory. Thanks for watching. And